In the last few steps, we have played with Spring and Spring Beans. There might be a number of questions you might be thinking about right now. Question 1. We use the terms container, context a number of times. What is a Spring container? What is a Spring context? What is an IOC container? What is an application context? Number 2. We use the term bean a number of times as well. There is a term called Java Bean and there is a term called Spring Bean. What is the difference between these? Number 3. How can I list all the beans which are managed by Spring Framework? We have been adding a number of beans to our Spring context. How do I list all the beans that are managed by Spring Framework? Question 4. What if multiple matching beans are available? What do I mean? Earlier, app2 hello world spring.java, if I uncomment this line of code and execute it, error. It's saying I'm searching for an address.class, but I'm finding two matching beans, address 2 and address 3. Why? Because over here we're looking for the type of the bean. The type of the bean is the class of the bean, which is address.class. And if I go into our hello world configuration, there are two matching address beans, address 2 and address 3. Which one of these should Spring use and print in here? Let's comment this line of code. Let's get it to be in a working state. But that's the question that we are talking about in here. What if multiple matching beans are available? Which one should Spring use? How can I tell Spring to prioritize one over the other? Question 5. Spring is managing objects and also performing auto wiring. Awesome. But aren't we the ones who are writing the code to create objects? If you look at the hello world configuration, who is writing the code to create the objects? Return new person, return new person, return new person in here, return new address. We are writing the code to create the objects. But shouldn't Spring start creating objects for us? How do we get Spring to create objects for us? These are all amazing questions. And we will find answers to each one of these questions as we go further. In my opinion, Spring is one of the most difficult frameworks to start with, especially because there are so many concepts to understand. I'm really delighted that you are making progress. Over the last few steps, you understood a lot of Spring concepts, and you'll be understanding a lot more as we go further in this specific section. I'm really excited to make Spring easy for you, and I'll see you in the next steps with answers to these questions.